In a show like One Piece, pirate alliances are one of the biggest power plays that any pirate on the seas can make. And these are the 3 top pirate alliances in the series, starting with number 3, Big Mom and Kaido. 38 years ago, you had a pirate crew known as the Rocks Pirates, and these guys ruled the seas with an iron fist. Like, even Gold D. Roger wasn't messing with these dudes. And among this crew of monsters, Big Mom and Kaido were not even at their peaks yet. Fast forward 38 years into the future, they now team up and they have the world government and the Marines kinda spooked. Imagine being the world government, you know that sun god Nika is your biggest enemy and you gotta stop this guy at all costs. But at the same time, when somebody asks you, hey, do you wanna fight Nika or do you wanna fight Kaido? You go, I don't know, they both sound terrible. This is showing you that the world government is putting Kaido on the same level of gods. And Big Mom is regularly said to be on the same level as this dude, and she can control the weather and souls. And this might catch some of y'all off guard, but I think the second best alliance is Blackbeard and Kuzan. And I know this is less of an alliance and more like Kuzan joining them, but with the way Blackbeard's pirate crew works, Kuzan still has his autonomy. He is definitely still operating with his own interests in mind, and he's just using the umbrella of Blackbeard to get what he wants. And Blackbeard knows that. That's why he signed him up. And if you're the world government and the Marines, you know that the leader can destroy the world. Like, he has this power already. And the other is a former admiral who has a lot of information on the world government to tell to the dude that wants to actively take over the world. And while power-wise, I would definitely say that Kaido and Big Mom are stronger than them, they don't pose as big of a threat for one good reason. Blackbeard is the will of D. A world government all the way up the chain to Emu knows how big of a threat Blackbeard is, and they keep a close eye on this man. And you now have a former admiral that has fallen into his lap. You have to keep your head on the swivel because you do not know what his next move is going to be. And considering Blackbeard's lineage, if you know, you know, this alliance would be number 1 on this list if it wasn't for the number 1 that usurps even this one. And that is the Straw Hat Heart Pirate Alliance. If you know the world government is keeping an eye on Blackbeard because he's a will of the D that's tied to a prominent figure from the past, then how do you think they felt when they saw 2 people of the will of D forming an alliance to get together? Now, of course, as far as the Marines go, your average person, this alliance is still scarier. This alliance is still scarier. But if you're part of the world government, or scratch that, even Emu themselves, an alliance between 2 Willa D members is going to be something that you cannot ignore because they realistically have a chance of bringing you down, especially because you know what his fruit is. That's why when we first saw this in the paper in One Piece with these guys forming an alliance, it says that the world government has declined to comment. There was nothing for them to say because they do not want people to understand how important these characters are. And these guys are so important, in fact, that this alliance ended up taking down not only a celestial dragon, but adding minks, samurai, and a ninja to their alliance. And with said alliance took down not 1, but 2 active emperors of the sea. And with a showing like that,